yet another mass shooting. More people seem to be in disarray. There's more strife. There's more consternation. There's less and less hope for our education system. So it just seems to be the next episode of Planet Earth, or the next episode of A Society in Decline.
Right.
U.S. edition.
Thank you. And when you and I first jumped on the call today to catch up, because it's been a minute, we both wanted immediately to talk about the shooting. And yet when we both mentioned the shooting, we had two different ones in mind. I had the El Paso mall shooting, and you had the Michigan State shooting in mind. Can you speak to that, please? So that's how many shootings have been going on in the United States that we knew there was a shooting, but we were speaking to different ones. Jay, take it away about Michigan, please.
A man who was not affiliated with Michigan State University at all went to the campus in East Lansing and started shooting it up. He killed 3 and injured, I believe, 5 or 6 more. His last name was McCrae, but, forget his last name, forget him. He appears to have been somewhat unstable due to his mother passing, but this guy was in his late 30s or early 40s, living with his dad. It appears he had a firearms charge, a criminal charge, earlier in his life a few years ago for possessing some kind of illegal modification on a firearm. But it looks like the guns that he used for this may have been obtained legally. What's really concerning to me is no one's even talking about it. Somebody went to a college campus and shot up that college campus, and it barely was even a story the day after. This occurred on Monday. By Wednesday, nobody was even talking about it. Barely anyone talked about it on Tuesday.
Well, that may have had something to do with the shooting that occurred on February 16th in El Paso that left 4 people shot, 1 dead. I mean, what are we supposed to do? I mean, are we supposed to keep an Excel chart of shootings? I mean, it's only February. Why does this country love guns more than its children or each other? Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
I saw something that said, essentially, the gun debate, or the debate about gun control, was over when we didn't get anything done at all after Sandy Hook. Everything else is just people going through the motions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It doesn't take this much to make change. Literally, people's children are dying at school. People are dying at the mall. People are dying at the mosque. People are dying at the church. People are dying left and right from gun shootings, and it is only February.
Mm-hmm.
We're 2 months into the new year. 2 months.
Yeah. You know what's especially sad about this Michigan State shooting? Someone who was at this shooting, I don't know if they were shot at, I don't believe they were shot, but they were on the campus when this happened. They were a Sandy Hook survivor.
See, we're doing too much. And a nation that claims to love God and to be founded in Christianity, I don't understand why this is so hard to move the needle on this.
Yeah.
Which means everybody's a hypocrite. And I really don't want to hear any more talk of religion and faith and prayers and thoughts, because nobody's praying. Or if they are, I don't know who they're praying to.
Yeah.
Because whoever they're praying to is clearly off duty.
They're off
or isn't listening to them. I don't know. I mean, can you give me an explanation? At this point, I don't care whether it's a Democrat. I don't care if it's a Republican. I think if this doesn't tell us as a nation that we need a third party pronto, I don't know what will. We need a purely independent party that focuses on issues, one issue at a time, in order of importance, and that we just agree on it. We should take 5 main issues in order of importance, put whether or not we lean right, left, up, down aside, and just focus on the issue. Because the entire population of people who claim to be representing us at this point, as far as I'm concerned, is trash.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be so hard. This really shouldn't be so hard.
It really should. It really should. Check this out. Emma Riddle, an 18-year-old freshman at Michigan State who was on campus on Monday, and a senior at Oxford High during that shooting. So there was someone else who was at Oxford High School, and there was a shooting there in the nearby township outside of Detroit. And that left 4 teenagers dead. I completely forgot about that one. So for this person, they were in a high school mass shooting, and then 14 months later, they were in a mass shooting at their college.
That's absolutely heartbreaking. And if I were that child, I don't even know if I'd want to leave the house after that. I mean, this is also on the heels of a shooting at a synagogue.
Yeah.
Or near a synagogue. Apologies. They were leaving their synagogue. 2 Jewish men were shot in Los Angeles.
That is messed up.
The suspect was taken into custody, according to the Riverside
student named Jackie
County Information Center.
Yeah. I was just trying to get that student's name. Jacqueline Matthews is the one who was a Michigan State student during this mass shooting, but also survived the Sandy Hook shooting as well. Just wanted to get that right.
That's just heartbreaking. And at this point, rather than going after the guns and going after the NRA, like, I understand the importance of discussing all those issues, and all of those characters play a role in all this. But like, why as a society, when are we going to turn to each other and say, what's going on with our children? What's going on with each other? Why is everybody so angry? Like, at some point, we just have to stop. We have to be able to go to CVS and not watch like armed men in face masks come in and rob the place. We should be able to go to a synagogue and go home. We should be able to work out in a gym and not get attacked. Like, why is everywhere feel so unsafe? But yet all I keep hearing is that the police force is getting more funding than ever before.
That's a really good point. Ooh.
If all it is a funding issue and they have more funding, which they do, what's the problem?
Then why aren't we any safer?
Why aren't we any safer? If Congress people that we're electing are really that effective, why is nothing better? So personally, I think everybody should have to resign. I am so tired of the arguing between the parties. I implore us to develop a third party.
I don't think either party will allow that to happen. But yes, we need
Then
something.
shame on all of us. Then shame on all of us for accepting it.
Yeah.
We
But
have
you're
to
right.
become strategic at some point. We're always so reactionary. At what point do we stop and say, you know what? We need a plan.
Yeah. You're absolutely right, though. We need something that actually is a legitimate threat to the two-party system that we have right now, which can hopefully force people to actually get things done. Because as we said when we started off the show, everyone's just going through the motions with all of these issues, but particularly with guns.
Yes.
They know nothing's going to happen, but they want to get donations on both sides. If you're on the right, hey, the Democrats want to take your guns. They want to take all of your guns. They don't give a shit about the Constitution, the Second Amendment, or anything. Give us money. And if you're on the left, hey, the Republicans want everybody to have a gun, and they don't give a shit who gets shot, and anyone can have a gun, and kids can have a gun, and you can have a gun in a bar, and you can do this, that, guns. Give us donations to stop that shit. And we're just going to do the same song and dance after every mass shooting, but no one's going to bring anything to the floor for a vote. Kevin McCarthy probably won't allow a gun control bill to get brought to the floor for a vote. Back when the Democrats had control of the Senate, Manchin and Sinema wouldn't allow any gun control stuff to get passed.
And you know what? And let me tell you something. I think all of that is an act as well. I think that's a polite way of the Democrats saying we tried, but these two held it up. And the Republicans going, see, we're fighting for your right to keep guns. Meanwhile, both sides know they're not moving the needle, but they're keeping their bases happy. Fuck this. It ain't that hard. These people are friends behind the scenes. You're telling me you can't go to your friends and say, hey, work with me on this issue and I'll work with you on that one? The end. What's for lunch?
Mm-hmm.
It's not this hard. Because guess what? Look how they come together when it comes time to fund a war.
Funny that.